Hey, let's talk air conditioning. And it's a good time to, right? It's a good time to talk about it because, well, as you can tell, we're going to talk about triple digit heat. Now, we've already had triple digit heat index readings. We had that today, had it the last few days. We're going to have it a few more days and into next week. But I'm talking about the actual thermometer hitting 100 or higher. It is very possible, which you'll see coming up. So, is your cooling system running at max capacity? Is it just kind of chugging along and you can hear it when the compressor kicks in and the fan kicks in and things just you look at the thermostat and it's just something's not right. It's really working hard to make it as cool in your house or your office or your factory like you would like it. Well, I think you need to call R&R Controls. Now, granted, this time of the year, they're getting a lot of calls. They're getting a lot of people calling them up and saying, hey, I don't think my HVAC is working like it should. My air conditioner is not working like it should. Maybe it's blown a fuse and I can't get it to come on. The compressor's making a grinding noise when it kicks in. Something's not right. Or maybe you got one of those leaks, where it's leaking. The what is it? Not the Freon, but you know what I mean. Inside, it's all those things. So give them a call, and if everything is working correctly, you may want to give R&R Controls a call because once we get closer to fall, which is not that far away, the weather's going to be changing, and then you're going to start to need heat. I know it's a far cry right now because you're like, ooh, heat is the last thing I need. You've got it, natural heat. But when it starts to turn colder, are you going to wait and call them then when you have trouble? Why not call them now and get it done now before the cold air sets in? 270 777 2024. 270 777 2024. Commercial HVAC services, you see it there. Preventative maintenance programs, they can set you up. They can specify a time you can when you need them to come out and just do a routine maintenance. Between seasons, HVAC installation, new and renovations, doesn't matter. Commercial controls, programming, and maintenance. So you have a digital way on your phone or your PC to control the climate. R&R Controls, you need to call them. It's a good time to call them and get them ready because you never want to be without. Hey, here we are. It's a Thursday, what I like to call Little Friday. It is July 24th, and I'm Chris Allen. This is your 270 weather for the 270 area code and beyond. I'm beyond hot and sweaty and smelly. I don't like it. And 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 I'm here to tell you that it's only going to get worse before it gets better. Yeah, yeah. I'm always the guy that delivers the bad news most of the time. But you're right. It is going to get worse before it gets better. I do see signs of maybe better as we close out the month of July and move into August. There's more and more speculation. It's speculation, but they're starting to. The confidence is growing, is what I'm trying to say, that we may have some cooler air coming in for the first couple of days of August. So hold on to that thought. Let the endorphins kick in, and let it make you feel at least a little bit cooler. Because oh boy, I don't know if you're going to like the numbers I've got for you. Well, let's check outside from the Plano cam. Here is the view outside my window, live at 6:35 p.m. on this Thursday, July 24th. Beautiful crepe myrtle, beautiful blue sky. Yes, it's hot. Yes, it's muggy. Um, and yeah, this is going to be the picture pretty much every day for the next several days. Um, by the way, uh, here's Kenny Higgs, 270 and beyond. Chris, you're going to have a plain O'Cam at your. Oh, a plain O'Cam is what you mean. Um, well, I will have a I will have a camera at the new place, but it won't be Plano. And when I say Plano, it's not like it's just a plain old cam. It's in Plano, 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 Kentucky, which is one of the suburbs of Bowling Green. But yes, this camera will be moved to the new location starting August 1st because these are the last, well, I'm going into the last week here at this location in Plano. Yeah, those of you that don't know the story, um, we are being overtaken, I guess you could say. Well, we're being forced to move because those apartments that you see across the road, they want to build more of those, and we're kind of in the way. Yes, they can do that because I don't own this property. I'm renting. I thought, the years of mowing the lawn and taking care of the roof and all the things that go with home ownership, I've done it before. And I just said, at this point in my life, I don't want to have to deal with that. So we rent. And we thought this is going to be the last place that we live. Uh, no, it's not. So I'm in the process, as you can see, of moving. I've got my CD wall there empty now. Everything is in big old bins over here that you can't see. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm taking to storage, and it is just in this heat. It is just a killer, and it's just really taking everything out of me. You can see it's 95 right now. It's 6:38 p.m. on this Thursday. So yeah, that's why. But yes, there will be another camera in a different location. We'll talk about that later. Okay, let's get on with the weather. I don't want to go into a lot of lamenting about what's going to happen. Look at this. A high of 93. Okay. 3 degrees above the normal of 90. Mm-hmm. But look at what our low temperature for the day. The lowest temperature we've had all day, 80. can you really call that a low temperature? 80 degrees? Whew, my goodness. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't like. Have I said I don't like it? I don't like it. Okay. Here's a look at radar. Here at 6:39. Of course, it shows nothing in the way of shower activity. Nothing for hundreds of miles. The nearest shower that I can see is right there outside of Lexington. See that? Just one cell and it's falling apart. That's it. Nothing else out there. Don't expect anything. Uh, there could be maybe something that pops tomorrow for somebody, but if you're expecting to get a rain shower and it makes some kind of difference, it's no, it ain't happening. Here's a look at the Kentucky Mesonet network now, and we'll zoom in on the 270 and show you the temperatures currently in the upper 80s to about 90. There's a 90 back here, Caldwell County, Princeton, Kentucky. There's a 90 in Muhlenberg County, 90 up in Webster County. Don't see any more 90s. Okay. How about the high temperature for today at these locations? 92, 91 for Bowling Green, 93 at the airport, 95 your high temperature in Greenville today, Muhlenberg County. Anybody hotter than that? No. How about rainfall? 0, zip, nada. Nothing, baby. Winds coming out of the south at 5 to 10. There was a little breeze for a while, which was kind of nice around midday or so. But since then, there hasn't been much of a breeze at all. By the way, we have we've got a heat advisory that is in effect for the area, and as expected, it has been extended. And as I've been saying, I was telling you guys on TV and here that the heat index, or the heat advisory, I should say, would be likely extended. And as you can see, it's now more into the eastern counties that were not included in the original heat advisory that was supposed to end at 7 o'clock tonight. And I said, even this morning on Sunrise, and again on noon, 12 noon show, that it's not going to end at 7 o'clock. It's going to be extended and expanded. And so there you go. This is where the heat index values approach 105 or higher. And now it's been extended through tomorrow evening. But I got a feeling that it's going to be extended even further than that. I just have that feeling, just based on the numbers that I'm looking at. Get ready. All right, let's go to the maps. Here we go. Lack of rain, nothing there. High pressure ridge, big bully. That's the way you need to think of it. High pressure ridge is like a big bully. You can't take any ground away from him. He's just holding his ground, and he's fending off any kind of rain that tries to come in and fight for territory. That high pressure ridge is just a big old bully. And I know about bullies, not because I've ever been one, but I've succumbed to bullies in my past, especially when I was a kid, on the playground, at school. We won't get into that, but it was not pretty. Yeah, bullies. Ugh. And there's that bully sitting there, Eastern Tennessee. Western North Carolina, just sitting there like, hey, come on, you don't have the fight, and you just try to knock me down. It's a pretty good bully. It's a big one, and it's going to hold strong. Here we go into Friday morning. You see all this rain back here? That would be nice to have, but by the time it gets here, this bully, this high pressure ridge, is going to eat away at this. Knock it down, punch it out, knock it down, knock it down. By the time it gets here, there's not going to be really any moisture left. And that's a problem. Here we go. Here's Friday morning. Friday afternoon, yeah, like I said, somebody could get a shower, but this is nothing. Most of you will get nothing tomorrow. So don't look at this and go, oh, there's hope. There's something. Nah, not really. It's a little, it's actually painted in a little too much. Here's Friday evening, Saturday morning. Yeah, that could be something east of us, maybe. But again, this will be isolated, widely scattered, renegade pop up showers, and that's it. Again, 90, I would say 95 to 98% of us will not see a drop of rain in the coming days. Saturday was supposed to be the day that we really get something good. That was a week ago, but it ain't happening now. It's not happening. Here we go into Sunday morning, possible pop up later as we go through the day. This is Monday morning. That bully is still there, almost in the same place. Here's Tuesday. Look, it's all gone. And he strengthens. Look at that. The bully gets bigger. Double barrel, high pressure, locking in the heat and the humidity. That's why I think Tuesday could be the day that we hit 100. Very doable. Here's Wednesday next week, maybe a pop up, and Thursday. Now, I will say this, even though it says unable to load the weather data. Let me see if I can get it to do it. Maybe if I do a fresh update. No, it's saying no. But I do want you to see this. The high pressure ridge does move the bully, backs away, backs off because of this cold front. Now, this cold front, if all of the computer forecast models, right now the ensembles we call it, we're looking to see what kind of agreement there is going to be with these forecast models. And they're all starting to pinpoint the possibility of that front coming through next Thursday and bringing in somewhat cooler air. Cross your fingers and your toes and your T's that it's going to happen. It's looking good. If we can get some model consistency on this, it may very well happen. And with that would come some rain and then the cooler air. We're not talking about real cool air, but we're talking about it's going to feel a lot better than it does right now. And that is key. I just want to be able to go outside and breathe, right? Right. So maybe by next Thursday or Friday, a week from now, this could very well happen. Let's send up the prayers. Let's make it happen. Okay. Here is a look at the 10-day blender. And again, this is putting together all the pertinent computer forecast models and then spinning them around in a blender. And then this is the output. So you can see 90s, 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 mid 90s, upper 90s. Tuesday, I still think that's the day that we could hit 100. But then look, look at this. There was a little hint of this last night when I showed you this, but look now, upper 80s. You know what? Upper 80s right now sounds cool compared to 96, 97, 98. This looks and feels sounds cool. It's cooler. Look at the nighttime lows dropping into the 60s. This is the first 2 or 3 days of August. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. The weekend that I've got to move. Oh God, please. Oh Lord, please. Please let it happen. That would be so great. Oh, oh, oh. Here's the 7 day forecast. 90s, 90s, 90s. Best chance of rain Saturday, but even then, it's not very much. There's your 98, 99, 98. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly hitting 100 for the first time this year, and for the first time since August 29th of last year. It's been that long since we've had an official 100-degree reading here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. All right. Thank you all for watching as always. Make sure you tell somebody you know, maybe a family member or a friend. I would like you to, spread the word that I do this every single day, 7 days a week. The only time I'm not going to do it is if I'm sick or if I'm out of town on vacation and I just cannot do it. And I'm probably going to obviously have to not do this around the 1st of August because I'll be moving. I'll have to tear all this down and set it all back up at the new place. So, right in there, you may not get this 270 weather every single day for a couple of days until I get it all set back up. But it's gonna be nice once I set it all back up. Um, it's gonna look good. It's gonna be nice, and it's hard for me to believe, but the people that are pushing us out of this current place that we live is going to tear all this down. And I mean literally tear it down to build new apartments. To them, they don't know who I am and they don't care. I mean, I paid my rent on time. I did all that for years and years and years, but I'm just a number. I'm not, they don't know that I'm Chris Allen. Maybe if they knew, now here's something, maybe if they knew I was Chris Allen, they would go, "Oh, we are so sorry, Mr. Allen. You can stay." Yeah, like that's going to happen. They don't know who I am. They could care less. It's all about this right here, ladies and gentlemen. All about this. They see the dollar signs, and I'm not giving them enough dollars. They want more, and they know I don't have more. Woo. All right. But you know what? Sometimes it's hard, really. And here's a moment. I'm going to be really real with you. I've got to trust God. In moments like this, it's difficult. And I've had my moments. I know this may be hard for some of you to believe, but I've had my moments lately where I'm like, you're sitting up there, you got control over all this stuff, and you're making me have to go through this. What did I do? Did did I tick you off somehow? Why are you doing this to me? And then I think about Job. Remember Job from the Bible? He had cattle on 1,000 hills. He was the richest man around. Satan went to God and said, "Look at your Consider your servant Job. Consider him for just a moment. He says that it doesn't matter whether he has all this wealth and riches or not. Even if you took it away from him, he would still serve you. And so God said, okay, go ahead, try it. But you can't kill him. Remember that? Yeah. He said, you can do anything you want to Job, but you cannot kill him. And so everything that Job had was taken away. But he never once gave in. Now, he probably felt like it. These are mortal bodies. We're human. We're going to have emotions. We're going to break down at some point and go, God, why? Even Jesus Christ did that on the cross. He said, Father, why have you forsaken me? That wasn't Jesus necessarily. It was his body that was crying out because it was flesh. So don't beat yourself up. But I have asked my wife, I have beat myself up lately because I'm like, I think God's just mad at me or something because why is he putting us through this? I don't want to go through this. This is not fair. This is not right. But you know what? It's just my flesh crying out. It's not the whole me. It's not the Spirit, the Holy Spirit that lives within me that makes me righteous in his eyes. He knows I'm going to complain. He knows I'm going to whine and cry and carry on and go, why, boo hoo. And deep down, though, this is key. Deep down, I'll have to admit, there is that, what he calls that peace that passes all understanding. I'm sitting there going, I don't understand it, and I'm trying to be really bitter and really mad, but I can't. What is that? The peace that passes all understanding. The joy of the Lord is my strength. Doesn't that make sense? No, it doesn't. I know you're saying, yes, it does. No, it doesn't make sense, but it doesn't have to. Everybody in the world wants things to make sense, and we want to point to certain things and go, this is that, and 2 times 2 equals 4, and blah blah blah. But okay, that's all well and good. But when do we put faith in action? Faith without works is dead. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know why I got off on all this. I just feel like it needed to be said. I wanted you to know where I'm coming from. Obviously, I can't just get on TV and talk about this. One, there's not enough time, and two, I'd probably get kicked off because that's not my platform. This is my platform. That's my job. This is my platform. And I just feel like, maybe God wants me to go through this so that I will share his word more with people like you. It could be it. Could be the reason. I don't know. One day I will know. I don't have to know now. We think we got to know everything now. God, tell me why. Give me an answer right now. I want an answer right now. Well, he doesn't work that way. I know because I've tried. Y'all pray for me that we get through this. We've got a week. As of tomorrow, we've got a week to get all this done. And you're only seeing a small part. I mean, we've got a long way to go to get all this stuff moved. We'll have it. We'll get it done. It's just, man, oh man. Okay, enough preaching and enough weather for one day. I'm hot. I'm bothered. I'm tired. And it's close enough to bedtime. I just want to turn in. I'll see you guys in the morning at 6 a.m. News 40 Sunrise, of course, at WNKY. In the meantime, really, truthfully, God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.